Hi guys, and welcome to the video. In this video, I want to discuss something called sequence unpacking, and over my experience of teaching hundreds of people, this is still one of those things that I think is relatively unknown. I know when I've introduced this for the first time, a lot of new programmers are surprised this even exists, so I want to do a quick video just running through how it works and how to use it. We have a list here, evens, which contains 4 integers, 2, 4, 6, and 8. I'm going to just go straight in and show you what it looks like and then kind of work backwards from here. I'm going to set up 4 variables, A, B, C, D, and say those 4 variables are equal to this one list. Now, it probably looks quite strange, so let's go ahead and just print off A, B, C, D. Hit run, and we can see that those 4 variables each have their own individual values. So A is 2, B is 4, C is C is 6, and so on and so forth. Let's take A by itself, for example. A has the value of 2. And what happens is, because we said these 4 variables, so bear in mind this, the 4 is quite important here, and there's 4 items in this list. The 4 items in this list are given out one by one to the 4 variables on the left-hand side of the equal sign, which is pretty cool. So that's basically what unpacking is. We're unpacking this big container of things into individual variables. That's what we mean by sequence unpacking. Now, there's a few cool things you can do. First of all, the most common thing I get asked is, well, what if we don't know how many things are in here, or the number of things in here is changing? So, I mean, let's suppose maybe this is done by some kind of GET request from the internet, and we don't know how big this list is. Imagine we think there's 2. So let's just see what happens if we run this. Got to get a value error. It's basically saying, I don't know how to pack 4 things into 2, which makes sense. There's, we can't pack 4 variables into 2. Yeah, these 2 AB variables here. So if I hit clear, what you can do is stick an asterisk at the last one here, and then you get a pretty cool effect. What it'll do, it'll give 2 to A, and think of this asterisk B as meaning the rest. So 4, 6, 8 are given to B, and you get this. So that's a really neat way to make sure that you aren't going to kind of trip over yourself and get that value error we had earlier. So you could do, let's do A, B, comma, asterisk, and change that to a C here. Let's space it out a bit. So now A gets 2, B gets 4, the rest go to C. Doesn't matter how many there are after this, they're all going to go to C, which is pretty cool. And there you go. So that's a bit more of a smarter way of doing some sequence unpacking. One more thing I want to show you where this comes in really useful. I just quickly comment these off and bring in a quick function. We have a function called return first, mid, last, which takes a single input. And imagine this is going to be someone's name, or it's going to be a string. The string returns the first character of the name, followed by the middle characters, followed by the last character here. So let's say, just do X, just for quickness. Let's say X equal to return first, mid, last, and let's put in a fairly sizable name. Let's do Alexander, and let's print X. And it's returned a tuple of 3 things. So of course, the first character, the middle characters, then the last character here. Sequence unpacking could work exactly the same way here as well, which is pretty cool. So we could do, let's do F, M, and L. So first, middle, last. Sorry, quite lazy variable naming, I know, but just for the sake of time. So in that case, you could do first F. So all we're doing this time is saying, this normally returns a tuple. Just give the first thing from that tuple to F. So now we could do first is A. Let's just quickly copy that. So you could do first, mid, last. Just change these to F and L for last. And there we go. Just like that. So that's how you can use sequence unpacking with the return values from a function to give you your values at the end, all in the individual little variables. Hopefully that was helpful. Sequence unpacking is a really cool tool. It's not super well known. So if you get a chance to use this in your code, feel free to give it a go. I think it's really beneficial. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.